Our mission is very simple. So we believe anyone in the world should be able to support their stars that they're following without the barriers to geography, technology, and language. But at the same time, we want to give these fans ownership of what they can provide for these stars and grow together. So we will try to provide a reward system for these users as well. But something we need to touch base on is that the trend is changing, and it's changing very rapidly. So I bought a TV last week actually, and on the TV it had the YouTube app integrated in the TV. And actually 2 years ago I saw Michael on YouTube, Box Mining. And 1 year later I see him in San Francisco, and then 2 years later he's here. So you can see how much impact this YouTube and the creator space is bringing to the community. And you will probably experience someone around you saying, you know what, I'm gonna start YouTubing. And this just shows how much influence this has had over all of these people around the world. But as these, I guess, the creator base increases, we need to think about who the real winner is. If you look at the profit sharing that I've researched, Twitch TV takes a contribution share of 50%, YouTube 55%, and Africa TV 40%. So this is just the beginning. There are more problems. One, there is difficulty in global penetration for platforms such as Twitch TV or Africa TV in terms of their high fees and FX rates when they want to contribute to the platform. And at the same time, these platforms also, especially Africa TV, has their localized payment methods, so you can only pay in KRW, or what's so-called star balloons. And also, the contents within these platforms are very localized, so that it's difficult to communicate between the international community. Next is, the industry has actually matured quite a lot over 10, 15 years, and most of the platforms are dominated by the big companies like Google, Amazon, and so on. So what I felt when I was preparing this was that there was less room for innovation within the space. Another part was that, as I mentioned before, that the centralized platforms are taking half of the creators' profits. If it's Box Mining, it's okay. He has a lot of fans out there. But if it's for creators that have, 1,000 subscribers, they have a difficulty of earning so much money. So, why Wayki TV? Wayki TV tries to create a global space, be trendy, and also fair and just. So in terms of global, we will try to lower the barriers of entry in terms of payment through the WICC, Wayki Chain Coin. And also encourage contents like Dance Olympics, where maybe China and the US would be doing a dance competition together, and then people will start supporting the country. This leads to a concept where it's the trendy part is we have both the understanding of the blockchain DApps and the live streaming. So if you look at DApp radar, what you see is all just betting. There's the most DAUs in the DApp space is bets and gambling. So we wanted to integrate this so that these supporters for the live streaming platforms can contribute as a bet type gambling system. So they would bet on their stars, they would bet, and they would battle with other stars. And once that star wins that you root for, then you would also receive the rewards by receiving the coins that was bet on the opponent. So this is a new innovative, mechanism that we're trying to implement. And the last is fair and just. Obviously, it's recorded on the blockchain, but also for the ads that the creators receive, they will receive more than 90% of the ad revenue. And this is to ensure that all the words that was included in the platform can be redistributed to the supporters and the users. So, why blockchain? Alright, this is news last month. Vote manipulation. This is last week. Unclear profit sharing. This is last year. Contribution limit went down to $1,000 per person per day. So I think it's quite self-explanatory why blockchain can play a role in this space. So how are we going to do it? So to introduce our product, this is just the UI version of our product. As the users log in, they would have their Wayki chain address linked with the Wayki Max extension. It will kind of look like this. So you will have your following creators and also the top battles that are participating. And for convenience and lack of time, I left it like this, but you will see a list of live battles right now that you can participate in, you can bet for, or you can support. And also the live in peace, where it's a solo creator live. So this is what it looks like inside the battle. So to show, I guess, some sort of sense of who's gonna win, we decided to include the number of votes within the system. But in fact, the winner is decided by how many points that they've received. So you would insert your points, vote for who you want, and confirm the bet. And this will all happen live. So the winner is announced, the total WICC, and then the player 1 received that much, the player 2 received that much, and then my contribution, and then the rewards according to that contribution. So let me go through a demo. And this demo is actually not the UI that you just saw, but it's more of we focused on the smart contract. So we wanted to create a room so that someone can come join and challenge another person. And then within that system, people can vote and put money into it. And then once that's over, it will be redistributed according to our calculations. So you would register onto the platform. And then you would type a password. And then you get the mnemonic code. So just to let you know in advance, we use JavaScript to create the wallets. But later on, it will be definitely connected with the Wayki Max extension. Next. The mnemonic code, and then that's your address. So now you're in. So just for the convenience of this demo, we pre-inserted the user test keys and then pre-inserted the money. It will show up maybe in 5 seconds. Okay, so here's a list of users, and you can also see the balances. So you copy the private key for now, paste it in, and then this is the host. This person is creating the smart contract, and it's a room so that a challenger can participate and challenge. So this is a key of another address. Okay, the contract has been created, and the game has begun. Just need to wait 10 seconds usually. So we try to make all of this into one smart contract so that it doesn't need any other callings. And all of this information is also included in the smart contract. So someone is voting, let's say 2, for the host. Another maybe 10 seconds. So although this person bet 2, you only increase by 1 because we only count the number of votes to be shown onto the interface. And then 4 is bet for the guest. Right, so there's another 1 vote. Now to finish off this room, so close it and then end the contract, we put in a key and then end the contract. Yeah, so here you can see who has won and how much rewards the users will be receiving and how much will be paid back. So we were able to use the backend API that Wayki chain has kindly provided so that we can call the contracts from the front end. Yeah, so that's about it, and thank you for listening.
그거 구현을 하는데 10초씩 걸리는 이유가 무엇인가요? 그것을 계산할 방법이 있어요?
이게 사실 웨이키 체인이 이제 테스트이기도 하고 설명.
Let me answer this question as a religion CTO. 10 seconds is by design. Is our main chain, designed to generate the new blocks every 10 seconds. This is going to be new development to our blockchain pretty soon. We're going to have a child chain or side chain that which will run much faster, which will generate every block at 0.5 seconds. So that will be very fast and will be open up basically all possibilities for all kinds of applications. But the main chain will remain as it's faster instead of a 10-second average block, but it will remain stable and as a settlement chain. Okay.
내가 보기에는 이거 이해 잘못 깨치된 거야.
왜 10초씩 걸리는 게 되지 않았고요?
그러면 일본 호응이 없잖아. 자기네들끼리.
10초를 기다리는 느낌을 주지 않고
그래도.
감사합니다.
So that's a very interesting idea. They have live basket, right? So What sort of battles do you envision? So I'm not a very good dancer, maybe. What sort of battle, like if I'm streaming, what sort of battle do you envision for me to have?
Maybe you can battle with Superman. Yeah, or you can battle with other crypto enthusiasts, seeing like maybe even speculators saying where is Bitcoin price going to go. You know, all these are different types of content where usually you have to come and meet to battle, right, and have a panel discussion. It's like really like fighting online.
I definitely see something quite interesting here because you definitely provided a way to distinguish yourself from other live streaming platforms. Because initially my concern was definitely, oh my god, there's so many streaming platforms. Microsoft's trying to make Mixer, and Mixer's nowhere near as successful as Twitch, and you're like, Microsoft, they have a lot of money, right? So if you have some unique content, I think that's very cool. The other question here is vote manipulation, because blockchain doesn't actually solve vote manipulation. We see issues where people just create 1 million accounts, just put one coin in there and start voting, right? So how do you deal with situations like that where people can just create millions of accounts and start voting and not just like, oh, these people buy votes or something like that?
Actually, we would love that because one, it actually activates the Wayki chain ecosystem because there are a lot of transactions. But at the same time, the number of votes actually don't count. Remember, it was like a trick. It was like a signal that this may win. But in fact, if you're paid more, then you're the winner.
Right, right. And what prevents me from like kind of creating a counter bet? Like I'm a big whale. I have millions of dollars. I'm just gonna say fuck you, and I'll just like put $1 million on and just destroy everyone. Right now you have whale manipulation going on, where whales will see the perfect opportunity to strike. Maybe it's against one particular team, and he can say, okay, I'm 100% sure when this one boom, then deal. I'm gonna bet this way.
I think there may be different ways, like limiting the number of funds that you can contribute for such big whales. Maybe they